Welcome, dear learners. This is the second part of the Rural Product Strategy session. Now, let's briefly recap the important concepts discussed in the previous video lecture. We have discussed product decisions which span the entry phase, defining what to offer, how, to whom, and at what price. The growth phase, focusing on expansion, innovation, and competition. We then explored the three levels of product strategy: the product mix, which is about the overall portfolio breadth, the product line concerning groups of related offerings, and the product item, which deals with specific product variants. Effectively managing decisions at each of these levels is critical for a company's market presence and success. So, why is a product strategy so significant? It's essentially a long term plan that defines how a company will develop, position, and manage its products to meet customer needs and achieve its business goals. This encompasses decisions about product development and the structure of product lines, fostering innovation, allocating resources effectively, and positioning products competitively. A well crafted product strategy delivers numerous advantages. Let's delve into the key benefits. First, a strong product strategy helps achieve product market fit. By analyzing consumer preferences and pain points, firms can develop products that truly resonate with their target audience, minimizing the risk of product failure and avoiding what's known as marketing myopia, that is, focusing too much on product's features rather than customer needs. Second, it encourages innovation. A dynamic product strategy doesn't just react to current demand, it anticipates future trends and unmet needs, pushing the organization towards continuous innovation. Third, it provides a competitive edge. In a crowded marketplace, differentiation is critical. A sound product strategy helps firm stand out by offering unique value propositions using various competitive tactics like offensive or defensive moves. Continuing with the benefits, fourth, a good product strategy leads to better use of resources. It ensures optimal allocation of resources, streamlines operations, and improves return on investment. This helps avoid wasted resources on underperforming products. Fifth, it significantly supports brand development. By maintaining consistency in product quality, positioning, and messaging, companies build trust and recognition, which are core components of brand equity. Every new product should reinforce the brand's identity. And sixth, an effective product strategy enhances customer retention and lifetime value. It focuses on keeping existing customers engaged and satisfied by offering a product line that evolves with their needs, which can deepen relationships and maximize long term revenue. So, you see, product strategy is fundamental for sustainable growth. When we specifically look at rural markets, product strategies must be assessed using a dual approach. While the traditional 4 P's of marketing, product, price, place, and promotion, are relevant, the rural specific 4 A's framework provides deeper insights. These 4 A's are availability, ensuring products reach remote areas; acceptability, ensuring suitability to rural preferences; affordability, making sure products are within the purchasing power of rural consumers; and awareness, which involves educating and informing these customers. Among these, product acceptability is central, but it is very strongly influenced by affordability, given that income level in rural India are often modest and price sensitivity is high. The first major hurdle for rural marketers is the acceptability challenge. This means truly understanding and responding to customer preferences. Rural consumers today are increasingly open to modern products, yet they demand value for money, reliability, and a good cultural fit. So, how can companies gain acceptance? They must offer products tailored to rural needs, perhaps smaller pack sizes or simpler features, ensure trusted quality at reasonable prices, and use visual and verbal cues that are familiar to rural buyers. It's also important to recognize that rural India is seeing evolving preferences. There is a notable shift towards branded, packaged, and modern goods, from personal care products to mobile phones. This evolution shows that rural customers aspire to a similar quality of life as their urban counterparts. Now, let's consider penetration levels. Despite growing interest in many products, actual penetration remains low in numerous categories, which paradoxically highlights a large untapped market. For instance, in FMCGs, while hair oils might have good penetration, skin creams are at about 18% and deodorants are at mere 1%. For durable goods, refrigerators are at around 5% and washing machines are at 1%. What does this tell us? It underlines the latent demand in rural India. Even in categories with decent reach, the per capita consumption is often much lower than in urban areas, signaling a strong potential for volume growth through increased awareness and encouragement of repeat use. So, these low penetration figures are actually indicators of significant opportunity. The acceptance of services is another key indicator. The telecommunication sector, for example, has witnessed massive rural growth. According to company executives, Airtel gets around 60% of its new customers from rural India. With urban markets nearing saturation, rural areas where telecom penetration was historically low have become the next frontier. This clearly indicates that when accessibility and affordability are ensured, rural consumers actively adopt new services. Recognizing this potential, numerous companies across various industries are rolling out rural specific expansion plans. They are launching rural variants of existing products, setting up dedicated distribution hubs, using technologies like mobile apps and e-chopals to reach consumers, and partnering with local organizations. This focus on rural expansion is definitely on the rise. To sum up this section on product acceptability in rural markets, it's not just about features or quality. It's a complex interplay of cultural relevance, appropriate pricing, creating awareness, and building trust. Marketers must diligently analyze rural preferences, track penetration levels, and adapt their product strategies to ensure offerings are both desirable and genuinely within the reach of rural consumers. When climbed with targeted efforts in pricing, distribution, and promotion, a relentless focus on acceptability is absolutely essential for achieving long term success in India's burgeoning rural market. Let's now transition to product design decisions. A product or service is fundamentally an offer made by a marketer that has the ability to satisfy the needs and wants of customers. When we develop a product, we consider it as at three levels: the core product, the tangible product, and the augmented product. First, the core product. This refers to the basic benefit or utility that a product offers to meet the essential needs of customers. It's not about the physical item itself, but what the product does for the customer. To develop a successful core product, marketers must ask, what are the actual needs of a consumer? What functions are they expecting? Are there any hidden or latent needs? A core product must offer what we call form utility, a design that suits its function and must perform the basic job it's intended for. The critical question is, does it meet the customer's basic need effectively? For example, for tooth powder, does it effectively clean teeth? For a tractor, can it operate reliably even on rough rural roads? Once the core benefit is defined, the product idea becomes the tangible product, something visible and usable. This is the physical form of what the customers desires based on their psychological and practical needs. Every tangible product has five key characteristics that shape consumer expectations: quality, features, design or style, packaging, and branding. Let's start with quality. Quality is paramount. It refers to the product's ability to perform its intended function effectively. Customers often judge quality based on durability, capacity, efficiency, economy, and reliability. However, an interesting aspect in rural market is the presence of emotional specifications, unique beliefs customers use to evaluate products. For instance, a heavier watch might be perceived as more durable, or bitter tasting cement as higher in strength. Marketers must understand both these technical and emotional standards of quality. Next are features. These are the extra elements in a product that enhance its value, convenience, or appeal. Features can be functional, solving specific problems, or they can be fancy features that attract attention. Rural consumers, especially those in the better off categories, are increasingly expecting additional features beyond the basic model, provided they are perceived as useful and affordable. Companies need to carefully assess customer needs, what competitors are offering, and the profitability of adding such features. Then there is design and style. Design refers to how a product is structured and shaped, while style is about its appearance and personality. A good design improves functionality, aesthetics, user comfort, and even how easily it can be serviced or repaired. Rural consumers are indeed becoming more style conscious, especially when buying products like mobiles, motorbikes, and TVs. Packaging is another critical component of the tangible product. It involves enclosing a product in suitable containers to protect, present, and transport it. We have primary packaging, secondary packaging, and shipping packaging for bulk transport. Packaging must be informative, attractive, and practical. For rural markets, where products might be displayed in local stores, primary packaging needs to be particularly strong and eye catching. Finally, we have branding. Branding is what gives a product its identity and personality. This can include a name, logo, color scheme, and design. Branding helps consumers recognize a product, trust its quality, and differentiate it from competitors. In rural markets, where word of mouth is incredibly powerful, branding plays a pivotal role in building reputation and loyalty. We have the augmented product. This level involves offering additional benefits that enhance the overall customer experience. These extra elements don't change the core function of the product but add significant value and help differentiate it from competitors. So, what are we talking about? This includes things like services, support, warranties, installation assistance, after sale services, free trials, easy return policies, and even attractive financing options. Marketers need to think beyond just what the product does and consider what more the customer may need throughout the entire consumption process before, during, and after the purchase. For example, a tractor becomes far more appealing when sold with on site training, a warranty, doorstep servicing, and easy loan options. This approach, known as product augmentation, this creates a complete and compelling offer that aims not just to meet customer expectations but to delight them, fostering satisfaction and loyalty. Let's take a moment to summarize the key concepts we have covered. We began by understanding the classification of rural products into FMCGs, durables, services, and agricultural goods, each presenting unique characteristics and opportunities in rural markets. Then, we explored crucial product decisions at both the entry and growth stages of our businesses. We delved into the different levels of product strategy, managing the overall product mix, specific product lines, and individual product items. We also highlighted the immense significance of a robust product strategy in achieving product market fit, fostering innovation, gaining a competitive edge, ensuring efficient resources use, building a strong brand, and enhancing customer loyalty. Specifically, for rural markets, we emphasize the importance of assessing strategies through the 4 A's framework, with a special focus on product acceptability. Finally, we broke down product design into its three crucial layers: the core product delivering the basic benefit, the tangible product with its key attributes like quality and branding, and the augmented product with its added layers of service and support to enhance the customer experience. In concluding our discussion on rural product classification and strategies, it's clear that success in these markets rests on a deep and empathetic understanding of the rural consumers. Product strategies cannot be a mere adaptation of rural models, they must be culturally relevant, economically accessible, effectively communicated, and consistently delivered. A well thought out product strategy, sensitive to the unique nuances of the rural landscape, serves as the very cornerstone for achieving sustainable growth and building a lasting competitive advantage in these vital and rapidly evolving emerging markets. The potential is immense, but it demands a careful, considered, and consumer centric approach to product development and management. Dear learners, in this video, we have covered rural product strategies at different product levels in the detailed manner. This has been a great discussion on the topic. Now, dear learners, we will be meeting in the next video lecture on any new topic related to rural marketing. Till then, take care, happy learning. Thank you for listening.